Hello students, today we will discuss about the factors affecting infection and disease development in plants. There are four major factors which influence or affect the infection and disease development in plants. These factors are number 1 plant factors, number 2 environmental factors, number 3 pathogenic factors, and fourth number is biotic factors. These factors are responsible for the infection and disease development in the plants. First, we will discuss about plant factors. In plant factors, we will include age of the plant and seasonal diurnal effect. First is age of the plant. The reaction of tissues to pathogen may be altered with the maturation. In different diseases, resistance may increase or decrease with the age of host plant. These changes in the resistance are associated with change in the effectiveness of the plant defense mechanism. Younger tissues often produce more phytoalexins or produce it more quickly, or may lack many substances essential for the growth of the pathogen. Second plant factor is seasonal diurnal effect. The resistance of some trees to certain pathogens appears to follow a seasonal periodicity. Examples: plum trees are more resistant to fungi, Styridium purpurigum in summer. This is also applied for various trees attacked by Nectaria cineberina. Scientists government in 1950 attributed the summer resistance to a direct or indirect protective effect of increased water content during the summer month. Second factor which affects the infection in plant disease development is environmental factors. In environmental factor, there are many factors which affect the disease development. These are temperature, moisture, light, soil reaction, and soil nutrition. Environment can influence the host or the pathogen or both. The interaction of host and pathogen and severity of symptoms are greatly influenced by the environment. First environmental factor is temperature. Different plant pathogens differ in their optimum for infection and growth. Some pathogens require comparatively cooler temperature and others require warmer conditions. Examples are Pyracularia oryza, which causes the blast disease of rice, infects successfully in low night temperature, that is 20 degrees centigrade. At higher night temperature, above 26 degrees centigrade, this pathogen is unable to enter within the host. A high temperature of 30 degrees centigrade or more for several days not only reduces the symptoms of viral disease but may also inactivate the virus. Temperature can also influence the incubation period in wheat rust. Temperature also determines the time required between infection and sporulation of rhidospores. Second environmental factor is moisture and humidity. In fungal diseases, moisture and humidity are essential for germination of spores and also for the penetration within the host cell. Moisture is also essential for splash dissemination of the few bacterial plant pathogen. Examples are late blight of potato, scab and downy mildews of grapes are developed and become severe only in the areas with high rainfall during the growing season. And many fungal and bacterial pathogens require a film of water to produce successful infection. One more example is in damping of seedling disease caused by Pythium species, moisture play important role in infection and disease become more severe near saturated humidity. Third environmental factor is light. Light can influence the susceptibility of the plants and severity of certain disease. Intensity and duration of light can affect the survival of inoculum, germination, incubation, and degree of sporulation. Examples are in lettuce and tomato plant to botrytis and tomato plant to fusarium, there is reduced light intensity before inoculation usually increase the susceptibility of the plant. Many fungi like cereal rust prefer moderate intensity of light for the optimum generation. In some viral diseases, if plants are kept in dark for a day or two prior to incubation, more number of lesions develop. Many fungi like cereal rust prefer moderate intensity of light than complete darkness for optimum germination of spores. Fourth environmental factor is soil reaction, that is pH of soil. The pH of soil affects significantly the growth of certain soil-borne diseases. The soil pH not only affects the physiology of pathogen but also alter the host nutrition, so reducing its defense system. Examples are the club root disease caused by Plasmodium brassicae is favored by well acid soil, that is pH between 5.7 to 6.2. This disease can be checked completely at pH 7.8. The dry alkaline soil favors escape diseases. The common escape of potato caused by Streptomyces scabiescens. This disease severe between the pH 5.2 to 8, and the development of disease can be checked below pH 5.2. Next environmental factor is nutrition of the host plant. The growth and development of host plant depends on both the nutritional availability. A plant receiving a balanced nutrition are more capable of protecting themselves for new infection. Examples: abundance of nitrogen may result in the development of young succulent growth of plant part. It prolongs the vegetative period and causes delay in the maturity of the plant. This makes it more susceptible to the pathogens which prefer to attack such tissues. High nitrogen fertilizers increase the susceptibility of pear to fire blight disease, which is caused by Erwinia amylovora, and wheat plant to rust disease caused by Puccinia graminis tritici. Usually, high level of potassium reduce the incidence of infection in cereals to rust and powdery mildews. Third factor is pathogen factor. In pathogen factor, we will include aggressiveness, inoculum potential, and latent infection. First one is aggressiveness. Aggressiveness is the capabilities to invade the plant to obtain nutrition from it and to reproduce in or on it. The criteria for aggressiveness of the pathogens includes following: number one, number of spores necessary to bring about infection. Second is the percentage of plants successfully attacked. Third is the time required for infection. Fourth, successful establishment of parasite in the host. And fifth is rapidity with which the disease symptoms develop. Second pathogenic factor is inoculum potential. Some pathogens may be more aggressive, and a single or few spores can achieve infection under optimum conditions. Other fungi, presumably less aggressive, may require large number of spores for successful infection. Example, in loose smut, a small number of teliospore on the individual seed may not be able to cause infection, while a large number can do so. Third pathogenic factor is latent infection. The infection ability of a pathogen depends not only its aggressiveness but also on the degree of resistance to the plant tissues. The pathogen may enter the host tissue, colonize within it to a very limited extent, and then remain quiescent and unnoticed until such tissues mature and they thereby become more susceptible. Such latent infections have been investigated in several diseases, particularly in fruit rots. Fourth factor which affect the disease development, this is biotic factors. In biotic factors, we will include rhizosphere, phyllosphere, antagonism and mycoparasitism, mycoparasitism on vector, and cell inhibition or stimulation. Biotic factors arise mainly as a result of microbial infection before or during infection. It may include synergism, antagonism, rhizosphere, aerosphere, multiple infection, soil fungi statics, vector, cell inhibition, stimulation of spore germination, and symbiotic association between pathogen and other organisms. First, we will discuss rhizosphere. What is rhizosphere? The rhizosphere is generally taken to include the soil region intensified by microbial activities in the immediate vicinity of the root, which likely to influence the infection of root by the pathogens. The best known case is flax of wilt caused by Fusarium oxysporium species. The rhizosphere of Bismon, which is a resistance variety, was reported to contain hydrocyanic acid, which favors the growth of saprophytes like Mucor, Cladosporium, Penicillium, Trichoderma virid, and that of Novelli, which is a susceptible variety, contain only a trace of hydrocyanic acid, and this allows the growth of root pathogens like Fusarium oxysporium, Alternaria, Cephalosporium, and Verticillium species, etc. So it was concluded that the resistance of Bismon was due to the protective effect of Trichoderma viridine, a known antagonist of other soil fungi. Second biotic factor is phyllosphere. The phyllosphere is the leaf surface and immediate adjacent area. Apart from pathogenic microorganisms, leaves and other parts of plant are invariably colonized by a variety of epiphytic microorganisms. Leaf epiphytes live on plant exudates, which contain substances supporting growth of saprophytes. Certain phylloplant saprophytes decrease the percentage of infection by their antagonistic interaction with pathogens. In addition to this, leaf apophytes could reduce infection by taking up substances, that is exudates of host origin, and so rendering them unavailable to the pathogens, or by physical occupation of the leaf surface. Third biotic factor are antagonism and mycoparasitism. What is antagonism and what is mycoparasitism? Antagonism is generally referred to harmful effect of one group of organisms on one or more groups of organisms where toxic metabolites are involved. That this is antagonism. And mycoparasitism, also known as hyperparasitism, is the term used for fungi which are actively parasitized on other fungi. Hyperparasitism is widespread in fungi, particularly in certain orders such as hypocreales, chytridiales, etc. Many of the soil fungi are attacked by necrotrophic hyperparasite. The hyperparasitism is a possible disease control measures. Examples: Populospora stoveri parasitizes Rhizoctonia solani and also produce toxic effect on it before the contact. And next example is Trichoderma viride, which also attacks Rhizoctonia solani, has been reported to produce the antifungal antibiotic viridin and gliotoxin. Fourth biotic factor is mycoparasitism on vector. Vector which spread or inoculate pathogens into the plant may also be attacked by microorganisms. Predaceous fungi can reduce population of nematodes under favorable conditions and so might reduce infection by nematode transmitted viruses and fungi. Microorganisms and viruses which cause disease in insects reduce the incidence of diseases due to the insect transmitted pathogens. And fifth biotic factor is self-inhibition and stimulation. Spores grouped together in clumps often germinate less than isolated ones, and thus has been attributed to the shortage of oxygen or high carbon dioxide concentration. This cell inhibitory effort or cell inhibition in germination is widely reported in fungi. Examples: cell inhibition is reported among the conidia of Peronospora tabacina and among the ascospores of Puccinia purpurea by Schifferid 1962 and Dixon 1957. So, these all are factors which influence the infection and disease development in plants. Thank you.